Give me that clap.
Ho!
Ow!
We're doing it live, folks.
Excellent.
I think that just transitioned from clap to fap.
Yep.
From clap to fap in 3.6 seconds.
We be clapping. Nah, we be fapping. Clapping to fapping.
Thanks, guys. I just lost No Nut November.
Fuck!
I lost that in about the first hour.
Oh,
Yeah, same.
my religion. No. Must respect the NNN.
Respect my name.
Respect my name. It's NNN.
My nut. Respect my nut.
Respect my nut that I'm not having this month. Yeah.
Anyways,
So,
good
Starting off on a high note.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever this podcast may find you. It is I, your fucking host.
oh wait, co-host. Okay, sweet. I'm the host, and it's not even my house. I love this.
You got to lead this because I'm clearly not doing a very good job.
And your host, Justin.
And we are joined by the second member now that we've had on the show from MU, Mr. Andrew Casey.
Yo, yo.
Welcome.
Hello.
Welcome to the abode.
It's a good abode. I'm happy to be here.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, that's a nice little couch.
Yeah. Happy to have you.
On the casting couch.
On the
Always
casting
dreamed
couch.
about being here. Never thought it actually happened.
Said no one ever on a casting couch.
No one ever.
Seen it a million times. Never thought I'd actually see it in person.
Never thought I'd actually make it that far in life.
Long-time listener, first-time caller.
And if you're just tuning into the podcast 2 minutes in, you've just realized we're all fucking insane.
This is the best content we've had yet. This is
know.
great.
Best
Should
opening
come down
ever.
more often.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, you're a pilot. You can just fly down. Fly down every Monday.
True.
No, fuck that, dude. That's such a pain.
I did. So I posted on my Instagram story of I had a late night where I was like, let's see where places I can go like in 2020. And I posted on my stories like, I'm having thoughts like, where should I go? And someone did say Bozeman.
Yeah.
Someone that wasn't you said Bozeman.
Bozeman's a pretty sweet place.
Bozeman is, it's pretty rad.
It's got a lot of good roads.
Yeah.
A lot of dirt on said roads. So motorcycling is sketch.
If I had a week, I would probably hang out in Boise for like a couple days and then like come up to Bozeman and like fuck around up there.
That's probably good.
For some context, listeners, Andrew Casey lives in Bozeman.
I live
Yes.
there. I think it's great.
Actually, you should tell us about yourself, or tell the good people about yourself.
How deep should I go? Do we want the good stuff?
Yes.
Yes.
Shaft deep, balls deep. I don't know,
Let's.
whatever your, like,
Well, I
whatever
think
your
let's
flavor.
define good stuff. There's many different
There's a
definitions.
lot of good
I
stuff.
met Andrew in high school.
Yeah. That was...
back in the fucking day.
We don't talk about what we did in high school.
I met Andrew through a good friend, Pat. Pat, if you're listening, howdy.
May he rest in peace.
Hey, you can talk
F.
now. Statute of limitations is up.
He's alive.
Press F to pay respects.
Press F to pay respects.
I saw him last winter. He came back for like a few days, and I don't
Nice.
know where he went after that.
Pretty sure he's in Alaska.
Is he back in Alaska?
I don't know. He's training for something.
He's doing his thing.
Gotcha.
He's doing his stuff, military stuff, so he could be anywhere.
He's been getting into like off-roady shit though, which is kind of cool.
You know what? He just told me he bought an MR2.
What?
Really?
Yeah.
Whoa!
Yep.
Last I heard, he had a Baja and like a Forerunner or something. Where it's like
I don't know if he still has those, but he got an MR2, and he's got some pretty saucy plans for that car.
I mean, I hope he carries through better than he does with knives.
Yeah. We'll see how it goes. Either way, an MR2 is an MR2.
Very spicy.
Yeah, very spicy, very snap oversteery. It's a good time.
Do you know which one he got?
Nope.
Is it that the really angular one?
I don't know. He hasn't sent me a picture.
Oh,
Bastard.
Pat, you fuck.
Come on, get it together, man.
Goddamn. But anyways, so yeah, we met in high school through a little longboarding club that Pat started.
We don't talk about this.
I was the video guy that Pat needed. We're not playing the video. Justin.
But now people are going to start looking for it.
I've seen the video.
So bad.
It's great.
It's endearing.
Yeah.
It's pretty innocent.
It brings you back to a time and a place.
It brings me back to a time and a place where I was even more of an idiot, which is saying something.
His IQ has gone up from 70 to 80, so we're improving.
Yeah, we're making progress. It's coming along great.
Ooh, he's trying.
He's trying.
He's trying.
He tried.
I mean, you're a fucking pilot, so you got to be somewhat good.
I would hope you're improving.
Debatable.
Debatable.
Would you say that it's up in the air?
It is up in the air all the time, especially on. Boom.
Rim shot.
I thought you said rim job for a second.
Okay, let's move on from this really quickly.
Anyways, and then like we didn't like talk or hang out for like a while.
Yeah, like years.
Yeah, and then you like stopped back in Salt Lake again.
Yeah, and we kicked it, and
the rest is history.
The rest is history. And then a couple MULAs happened, and
yeah, you were there with us.
Yeah, a couple other things.
Which was your favorite MULA, actually?
What, like overall?
Yeah.
Sure.
This is a deep question.
What happened on the second one?
The second one was the M4.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Andrew and I rented an M4.
Honestly, I'm gonna have to say the second one, and here's why.
Okay.
Because I got to drive his Stinger, and now I have one.
That I can
like
see.
If I never went to that, I probably wouldn't have that car.
You'd be in your BRZ.
I'd be in my BRZ. I mean, I'd love it, but
I mean, you also did drive your own car, your own BRZ down
for the first one,
Bozeman to LA, in the snow with summer tires.
What's funny is what I love about this. I don't know if I've mentioned this on the podcast before. So you drove down to Taylorsville when I was living there, stayed at my house.
Yep.
And then the next morning you left. I went to work.
Yep.
And worked. Hopped on an airplane, landed at LAX, and called you, and you're like, okay, yeah, I'm like a little bit out.
Yeah, I was like 2 hours away still.
Oh, jeez.
Like an hour away.
It wasn't that long of a wait. It wasn't very long.
I feel like it wasn't an hour.
It was pretty slick.
It worked out great.
It was pretty slick considering the traffic. I wasn't waiting for that long.
Yeah.
I don't remember waiting for that long.
I was just tired as hell. I saw one of the ugliest Camaros I've ever seen going down to LA.
Yeah?
I got a picture of it somewhere. It's bad.
We'll find it later.
We will. Yeah, it was bad.
That sounds interesting.
Yeah, honestly, that second... Because that's where, like... I don't know.
Well, I mean, the M4 was a dream car of yours.
The M4
I picked you up in the M4.
In the M4.
We proceeded to do a launch control / burnout from a light.
Yeah.
En route to In-N-Out.
Yes.
That's like kind
all
of...
good things.
See, and that's also where me and you met.
Yep, exactly.
True. That's true.
And I remember, we stayed in the Sheraton, and was it a Sheraton or
Hilton?
It was a
hotel.
It was a decent hotel of some
motel,
fucking form or
Inn.
another.
Yeah.
All I remember is just every morning you going out and getting in and out.
Yes.
Just
for every meal.
For every meal.
Yeah.
And
also
stuffing your face.
At this point, and also this is a late apology for both of you guys. I didn't realize how loud of a snorer I was at that point.
I
don't recall that actually.
Really?
No. Which is saying something. I'm a light ass sleeper.
This is for Emulate 2?
This is the second one. Because I was rocking the Stag Life at that point.
Sure.
And I didn't know I snored. Apparently now I snore like crazy. It's bad.
Well, it's all relative because at that time I was seeing somebody on a pretty heavy basis who not only snored but ground her teeth.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's
so imagine. Loud. Yeah, it's for those that have never been with someone that grinds their teeth. Imagine taking hard plastic and bending it.
Oh, that's awful.
It's like bending plastic, like a thick thing of plastic, and just go. Yeah, it's bad.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah.
But I don't recall you snoring actually. Maybe it was because you slept on the cot, so you're not in a normal position that's going to cock your airway.
Maybe, I don't know.
But either way, that's where we met. And like I said, so you guys rented the M4 together.
Yep,
we did.
And then I remember, when did I throw you the keys to my Stinger? I'm trying to remember.
This was at towards the end of the drive. We were in. We just gone to that ice cream shop.
Up to Ventura.
Yep. After that,
I was driving Zach in the Zach was driving the M4.
Yep.
wouldn't do that again.
Would not recommend.
But
love you, Zach. But yeah,
hearts out for you, Zach. We love you.
The boy needs training.
You are such a badass, and you have so little regard for your life driving that car.
He, as someone who knows him a little more, he has little regard for his own life. Period.
Yeah, and he just ripped in that thing. It was insane.
Yeah.
Like,
just about took up my stinger in the process at one point.
Yikes. But
honestly,
yeah,
I wish I had.
I mean, that was negligence. That wasn't.
Yeah.
That wasn't driving like a badass. That was just negligence.
If I had half the balls of that man, whew.
Yeah.
But, or is it balls or is never mind.
It's balls. It's balls.
Remember, this is a podcast.
I know exactly.
This is being published.
I know.
Love
But,
you, Zach.
So it was, after that point, I just was trying to remember when I threw you the keys and where you drove.
I didn't drive for very long. It was the funniest thing because I drove like highway, not even twisties or shit. I drove highway to a gas station, and then we swapped again.
That's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I remember you were just looking down like, what the fuck am I like? We're doing 80 and it's not loud in here.
Yeah.
It's quiet.
Yeah.
Again, folks, I had a BRZ at this point.
And you also had the Silverado.
That was quiet, but
Yeah.
BRZ, just for those of you who don't know, shit's loud.
It's kind of supposed to be.
It is kind of supposed to be. There's no sound deadening. As
It's
there
a
shouldn't be in a
it
sports
is a
car.
Subaru
It's a
relative.
driver's car
Yeah,
at that point.
it's loud.
Yeah.
You just can't. There's no exhaust. You just hear the engine. It's beautiful.
Blah.
Brat.
Brat.
Blah, 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 blah.
And then I think the only
Insert
part that
Subaru
I really
noises.
remember, is, even though I don't remember the location, is I remember you hopping in, you adjusting, sitting down, you go, "Ooh, it's nice and everything." And then I remember you taking off and you like gave it a little bit. I'm like, oh no. Fucking floor it.
Floor it. Yeah,
And
I
then
remember
just,
that.
oh shit.
Oh my gosh!
I'm not used to having power. I drive a BRZ.
Yeah, it's
I
like,
think you said that
0 to
exact
60
line.
takes me a year.
Granted, you were also driving the M4.
The M4, yeah.
We were going back and forth.
I was so surprised at how well the Stinger held up against the M4.
There's that video that we have on our YouTube channel of the Stinger chasing the M4 down Tuna Canyon, which is a one-way,
Very
tight,
windy.
very windy road. And the Stinger was just on the ass. I mean, there's a couple corners that I knew what they already were in advance as I'd watched videos.
And that was
And
my
it's
first
just-
time.
Yeah, it was my first time driving as well, but I kind of had somewhat of a leg up it, so I was like, yeah, I'm going to put it down here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I walked away a little bit. But then you caught right back up to me, though.
Yeah, whereas me, it was prepping every corner, making sure what's going on.
Yeah.
Like
It
your
was-
normal first drive.
Yeah.
It was so.
But going up Payuma, though, you were on my ass.
Yeah.
And I'd never really given that much of a look ahead of time with videos and stuff.
Yeah.
I didn't know how that road went. All-wheel drive, rear-wheel drive.
Kind of surprising.
Yeah.
I just remember driving that M4. Like, again, this is my dream car, folks. Love this car to death.
Yeah.
Driving it, and then pretty much granted, the roads we were on were
Wrong.
not built for,
They
were
were
not for this car. We had the wrong car for the roads, but I was just remember feeling so disappointed because my little BRZ with wheels and tires could smoke that thing on the roads we were going down.
Yes.
Just handling and turning capabilities of the BRZ. It made me appreciate the BRZ so much more though. Because I was just like, because I was the only like sporty car I'd ever driven. And I was like, okay, this is cool, but I imagine that the M4
You had
would be...
WRXs before then, though.
But WRXs are not...
They're not sporty.
They're not good
They're
handling...
They're not sports cars.
Yeah, they're not good handling cars. They understeer like a mother, and
Yeah.
just kind of and like. I mean, they're great. I love my WRXs, but they're not. They don't turn well.
No, not the same. It's very
so the
different.
BRZ
Yeah.
was an eye-opening experience driving the M4 and just being like, this is slow. The BRZ was going a solid 5 to 7 miles an hour faster around these corners.
Had we turned traction control off,
We would have died.
we would have. It would have turned really well, though.
It would have turned super well. 180 degrees in a second. It would have been great.
Yeah.
And down the mountain.
And right down the mountain.
And
yep.
yeah, you just continue spinning.
Just
It'd be
keep
great.
spinning and rolling, and it would not a good look.
Yeah, they're
really.
definitely big boy cars. They're not small.
They're not built for the road
I mean,
we're on.
like, here, let's do a comparison. The Stinger weighs 4,050 pounds. I'm curious, because I think we looked this up.
M2 is in there. I wouldn't be surprised if it's between 39 and 41.
The M2 weighs that much?
I meant M4.
Yeah, sorry, I was going to say, Jesus Christ. M2
That's a heavy M2, man.
Well, the M2 is heavy for its size, though.
Oh, yeah.
like every German car.
I believe it.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Also too stiff.
Oh, yeah.
It's just too stiff for me.
I haven't driven one, so.
Let's see. What year was that car? It was 16, right?
Something like that.
2016. Not 3016, Jesus Christ.
We haven't gotten there yet.
We're predicting the future here.
I don't even want to know what a 3016 M4 looks like.
It's just all grill.
It's just a grill. It's just two grills that are just... It doesn't even have a
like
windshield.
all the memes going on
Yeah.
right now.
No windshield, it's just a grill.
No,
That's all it is.
taking out a BMW recently. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's about right.
Oh, that's funny.
How much does it weigh?
Well, I just pulled up. I
Like
think.
38 to 39.
M4?
And the fuck? Where are the specs? Nobody's showing specs.
Just Google M4 curb weight.
Well, yeah, but then it comes up with the current one.
Okay, Google.
I mean,
Curb weight of the BMW M4.
I've got it.
Oh, it went away.
See, that's the thing, is it varies so widely. I'm trying to find that exact spec because it goes 3329 to 4055. 4055 is going to be the M4 Grand Coupe.
yeah.
So that's why I'm trying to find that exact one.
Basically, there's a 80% chance it weighs less than the Stinger.
I guarantee it probably is at 3,800-ish.
Yeah, because... Oh,
I
that's
mean, whatever the lightest one that you would find, because it's just a normal M4.
3,600 pounds. That's what
really?
the lightest curb weight is.
Okay.
For a 2020 M4. I don't know.
And that would have a manual
Mileage, fuel
in it
tank.
probably, so maybe
Oh.
another 150
Yeah.
pounds.
Hang on, I finally found a spec sheet.
We're all about efficiency here, folks.
Yeah.
Stand by. Talk amongst yourselves.
Talk amongst yourselves. Somebody insert that, weird,
So
Elevator
here's
music.
an interesting thing. So the GTS weighs 3,329.
What?
What? They must strip a lot of stuff out of
They
there.
rip
The
a lot
base, or M4, weighs 3,530.
Oh, wow, okay.
So 230 pounds. That's a pretty fucking significant difference.
Damn. The weight reduction, bro.
So
it's,
that-
it's not worth the $150,000 premium they charge for it.
No.
No.
So
Just
30.
get the GT3
Yeah.
Just get the GT3. It's a better choice.
and just be done with it.
Yeah. Now what I'm really curious about is how much less the M2 weighs.
M2 would be like 34. I'm thinking.
Really?
I think so.
I
it was
think
33
so.
to 34. It was-
3450.
34.
Yeah.
It's a fat little car.
That is a heavy...
Not fat as in proportions, but just fat as in weight.
There's a
It's got some density to it.
It really does.
Well, actually, if you think about it,
I
it's
remember
the same
making a
drive
video.
line.
We made a couple videos on it. I remember
Yeah.
Googling it afterwards, like, holy shit.
Well, I think what it is, if you think about it, that car's very dense. It has the same effective engine and transmission.
The M2,
It's
the new competition M2 does. The M2,
yeah.
the normal M2 does not.
well, what I'm saying is setup. It's still a straight six. It's
Yeah.
fairly large dimensional engine for that car.
It's a German hot rod. If you take the fundamentals of hot rodding and translate it into BMW, then
Yep.
yes. Big engine, small car.
Yep, exactly. Very big engine, a very small package with
Someone needs to
drive
just
line and
put
everything.
a twin turbo V8 in that.
I'm waiting for somebody to LS swap an M2.
I'm surprised that hasn't happened, actually.
I know, right?
It's got to have happened somewhere. It has to have. We just don't know about it.
I know.
2020.
Oh, Jesus. No, SEMA 2020 is everybody Pandem wide-body kit Supras.
Let's wide body it. I want
Subaru?
Supras.
That's 2019.
Oh, you're talking. Oh, yeah, you're talking.
Yeah.
Next year.
No, actually, in all honesty, it's going to be the year of the Corvette next year.
Oh yeah, C8s everywhere.
It's going to be wide body C8s everywhere.
I mean, what I do find funny is that it took until the Supra to get people informed on what a dollar car is.
Yeah.
No one else talked about dollar cars before.
Please inform me of this.
You don't know what a dollar car is?
No.
So it's when the OEMs, basically for the price of, I don't know if it's still $1, but they'll sell a car for $1, basically free cars, to these aftermarket companies
Oh
to
yeah.
build and develop parts for it to display at SEMA.
Yep.
So
I've never heard that term called dollar cars.
They used to do it with astronauts.
Well, yeah, those were the
Corvettes
Corvettes.
Well, that's a different thing.
That's a
but
different
yes.
thing, though.
That's a
That's to get
different
around.
thing.
That's to get
That's to
around
get around-
regulations at the time, which
Yeah.
stipulated that you couldn't
Couldn't
give
give
a
away
car.
a car.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it's similar theories translated for like SEMA dollar cars, but it's
It's
I think,
when I went just before. No, it would have been after MULA, the first one. There were it was crazy like LC 500s. Like there was like a bunch of those there, and they were all wide bodies on big wheels and
Yep.
whatever sliding on the ground, and then some Stingers, and that was kind of it. And then there's the Brodozers and like
all the normal things. And actually, I was thinking about this. No, the dollar car thing, I guarantee you, it's legal tax evasion is what it is.
maybe.
It's the same thing as like if I went to go buy Andrew's BRZ and he wanted 16, 18, whatever for it, and you put $1 on the bill of sale. I avoid all sales tax.
Yep. Exactly.
I don't need
to.
I've done it. I'll straight up admit I've done it because I've bought a car for $1.
Easy there, Trumpy.
Hey, I didn't say the car wasn't $1. I said I paid $1 for a car.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
You can value a car however you want.
Whatever someone's willing to pay for it.
Yep, exactly.
In this case, it was $1.
Yeah, it was great.
I remember I went to Subifest after MULA won.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
How was it?
Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, no, I remember you sending photos actually.
I was freaking out.
Yeah, you loved it.
It was so great.
Yeah.
It was so great. There was a lot of.
Would you go to another one after having left the Subaru scene, or after having left Subaru ownership?
Having left Subaru cancer.
Whoa.
Easy.
Whoa. I mean, a little bit, but
It's the cancer you like.
it's a cancer I avoid. It's a cancer I just don't follow or deal with. It's probably not because like, what are they gonna put a different wide body kit on the newest generation STI?
Right.
Cool. Seen
Neat.
that 8,000 times.
No, they'll do it to the new Outback XT.
I would go see that.
I saw a new XT.
Oh, yeah?
A couple days ago. Yeah.
Is it spicy?
It looked like an Outback.
So no.
I saw an XT badge on the back.
Ooh.
Yeah, I was like, oh, this new XT.
Oh my gosh, it's new XT. And then you forgot about it.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, no,
I'm sold now.
I don't know. Yeah, SubiFest. See, I follow too many Subaru Instagram pages. I've seen all of it. So I probably wouldn't.
That's the great thing about SEMA is you don't have to go.
Yeah.
Just have an Instagram.
Just have an Instagram account.
And you'll see it all.
And you'll see it
Yeah.
all.
It is cool to go and experience once because of the people you get to see and meet. I mean, I met Magnus Walker there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I have a poster somewhere. I think it's in my storage unit.
That
That's
is
like
awesome.
signed by him.
That's so cool.
And then I ran into Brad Brownell of Radwood there. He and I already know each other. He's stayed at my house before, but it was weird. He and Jeff Glucker of Hooniverse, which is another online publication, one of the outlets. They were both like walking side by side, and Brad recognized me. I'm like, huh? Hey, Brad. And then like I just look right next to him, and Jeff Glucker is there. I'm like, oh shit, you're here too.
It's like, oh god, oh hey,
Oh hey, what up?
Well, you know what's funny is Brent Hoover actually texted me complaining about the in a quote here, the garbage from Siemens this year.
Oh,
He
it's all Supras. It's
Yeah.
all wide body Supras.
He just hates the direction they're going, and I was like, yeah, I'm just like you said,
Well,
I'd
they're
go.
undergoing renovate. Like this year was, from what I understand, was supposed to be a shit show, and they're trying to limit people coming in, like the ticket sales.
Yeah.
And stuff because they're also undergoing a renovation of the convention center. I guess. I just heard some of this today, and if you are someone like not an OEM, but if you are a company that has parts and has a car or whatever, and if you don't have a tent, but you ought to have a tent, but you don't have a tent, but tent's like $30,000.
Yeah.
You don't get tickets.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Here's a question.
Yes.
What do you think the dollar car of next year is going to be?
I think it's going to be the C8 Corvette.
I'm sure it is.
Because the reason why there weren't any Corvettes this year is because they're not making any right now because of the strike.
Mm-hmm.
that still going?
Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
So next year when they get their shit figured out,
Hopefully.
I do think it's going to be the year of the Corvette.
I'm excited.
I think it's going to be Corvette. There might be 992, 911.
I don't think as much as
there might be a couple.
There will definitely be there.
You know, probably like some Rocket Bunny kid or something crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, imagine John Olsen.
Yeah.
Going there with a wide body, not because it's not wide enough.
Yeah, exactly.
911.
I remember his RS6.
Oh yeah, I do too.
Oh, I missed that car.
I think it was tits.
It was. Absolutely.
We saw a couple of 992s at Malibu Kitchen Cars
Yeah.
and Coffee.
Why do you guys do this to me? Why do you hate me? Just tell me
Wait,
about all these
what were you
amazing
doing?
cars.
Did you already leave? You left that morning.
I left.
At
I
4 in the
drove him
morning.
to the
I was
airport.
gone. I woke up at like 4 in the morning to go home.
So
Actually,
Justin,
I just realized he hasn't explained his whole MULA 3 thing with all the fun.
Actually, yeah, I'm gonna shut up for a second. And Andrew, how was your MULA 3?
Oh boy. Okay, so as a preface, I was there early before MULA 3. Me and my girlfriend went down there as a graduation present for her. That was the whole trip, was a graduation present for her. MULA 3 was just a beautiful coincidence that happened to overlap that I was able to somehow plan out. But anyways, we showed up 3 days before MULA happened. So it would have been Thursday, I think. And I'm going to just skip over getting there, which was a nightmare. And then, so we get there late. We get split up, we get there late. She's stressed out, I'm stressed out. We're both exhausted. It's been a long day. We've been up since like 6. We got in at like 8 o'clock at night. And so we go, I had rented a Boxster from Turo.
And you got a good one. You got the 981.
The 981, the last of the 6 cylinders. And it sounded great.
Mm-hmm.
That's where the good things stopped. F's in the chat, boys. Here we go. Yeah. So we get to the car, and I'm like, oh, okay, this is awesome. First Porsche experience, first Turo experience that I had rented myself.
Right.
You know, and we get in the car, and it's like, wow, this is small. Love it.
Take 2. Sorry, folks. We so the battery indicator on the Zoom is a little inaccurate because it reads on 1 bar for fucking ever. It goes from like 3 to 2 pretty quick.
2 to 1, fairly quick.
And
then sits there.
And then it sits at 1 for fucking ever. So our apologies for that.
Apple users would not understand that problem. Going from 50% to dead instantly.
So
Fair. So okay. So
Where were we?
catching people up now. You got in the Porsche and you drove for about a block.
We got about a block.
Yeah.
We hit about 20 mile an hour, and this is where we realized there's something very wrong with this car. And so for those of you who have driven cars, I'd imagine most of them, if you ever had a car that had mud in one of the wheels, just that kind of the rolling oscillation.
I've had that with ice before.
Ice and snow in your wheels.
Yep.
And then the car is shaking, it's an unbalanced wheel.
If anyone has had a wheel that has had a weight fall off.
Mm-hmm. Yep, exactly. It's the same noise, except a lot louder. So this is a Boxster. It doesn't have any sound deadening in it, so we get this full blast. And this is somebody else's Porsche that I've driven for a minute, and something's wrong. And I'm like, well, what am I supposed to do? It's 8 o'clock at night. This is the only car I have.
Did you pick it up from the person themselves?
No, there's a Turo lot at LAX.
Gotcha.
So they drop it off like the day before or something.
Sure.
And then we pick it up.
Gotcha.
So we're driving, and this thing is loud. And so we're like, but I'm like, I'm shit out of luck. I have to take this car because I don't have a choice. I have to get to the hotel. I can't just sit and get a cab because then I'm SOL the next day and all the other days. And I mean, I got this Porsche because first of all, I want to drive a Porsche. I want to get something nice for the trip because again, graduation present, and I wanted something fun for when we did get to the point where we actually got to drive. Another funny story. And so we're driving this car. It's so unbelievably loud. You can't. We go on the highway, and California highway was 65 in California, 60, slow. And so we're driving at like 65 miles an hour, and we can't even talk. It's so loud, and it's just ringing in that car, resonating almost in that car. So loud. The only difference was there was no shaking. The car drove straight and true. When I let go of the wheel, it didn't move, and the car drove straight. So I was like, it's not a balance issue, because otherwise this thing would be shaking like crazy. So I have no idea what this is.
Right.
But at this point, we're so tired. We're like, you know what? Screw it. I'm done. Let's just get to the hotel. Let's call it a day. Let's go to bed.
It's kind of a shitty day.
Yeah. Oh, that was a long day.
Yeah.
And then, okay, next day rolls around, and I text this guy like, hey,
Car's fucked.
something's wrong with this car. And he tells me, he's like, no, I just got it back from...
He said the dealer.
The dealer, a Porsche dealership. Just got it back from the dealership. They say it's fine. The only thing that they said to him, or that he says that they told him, was they didn't like the tires on the wheels. We'll get to that in a second. Didn't like that because they were the wrong size. Slightly off on the wheels. And so he's like, but it should be fine otherwise. Nothing else. Nothing. I got it checked. It runs great. And he told me he knew about the problem prior.
Yeah,
He knew that there was something wrong. He knew that noise was there. The previous renter had the same problem where it was making this noise.
And I think they had left a review. We went and looked.
We did look. I never actually found that review. He might have just finagled a way to get him to take it off.
Yeah.
Anyways, so we're driving this car. This is day 2, and we're trying to go places. You know, we're trying to see this, that, and the other. We go to a donut shop. Again, the whole drive. The resonant frequency, the loudest it got, was 35 miles an hour, and that's where we sat the whole time we were going over there. It was so loud, unbelievably loud. Again,
I'm sure you were happy just to be out of the car.
Oh my gosh, any chance I could get to not drive that car. Like, I didn't want to go anywhere. We had
Did
plans.
she drive the car as well?
Huh?
Did she ever drive it?
No.
Okay.
No.
She had
Because once
no interest.
once we figured out what was going on, neither of us wanted to drive the car. And
Sure.
again, we'll get to that. So we're driving. We go to the donut shop. We go to Griffith Observatory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We go there and we hoon a little bit. So it's a fun car. It's a really fun car, and I'm so sad that I wasn't able to get a better experience out of it. But and we go there, and then we just head back to the hotel, and we rest up a little bit, and then we want to go down to not Venice.
Venice Beach?
Venice
No.
Beach.
Is it Venice? The one
Yeah.
that's like all the way down, like south?
Like by Playa Vista and shit?
It's a ways down there.
It's like by LAX, kind of.
It's farther than that. It's way farther than that. It's not Venice Beach then. It can't be Venice Beach.
Santa Monica?
Nope, Santa
Not the,
Monica's
not the
north.
pier?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nope,
true.
not the pier. It's way down there, like below Long Beach.
Okay.
Anyways, it's a ways off. And I didn't know that. I was like, because my mom had mentioned, hey, you should go to this restaurant. I'm like, cool. I don't know anything in LA. Let's go.
Sure.
2-hour drive to get there.
LA.
LA. And again, LA traffic, we're sitting right at that resonant frequency almost the entire time.
Oh my God.
Again, it's so loud. It's been a long day. I'm tired. She's tired. And this car is just digging salt, pushing salt into the wound, just making it so bad. We end up stopping at a gas station, and I call this guy again, and I'm just like, I am giving this car back. This is so bad. There's like, it's undrivable. It's so loud. Like, I'm not going to do this, and I want a refund. He's like, okay, well, just let me know what you're going to do. Like I said, Porsche said that it was fine. I'm leaving it at that. They said it was okay, but if you want to bring it back, sure. Next day rolls around. I'm like, you know what, whatever. I'll keep the car. We'll just drive it as little as possible. And the guy gives me the number for his mechanic. And so I texted the mechanic. I'm like, hey, he said you could come look at the car. You know, all right, when are you available? The first thing he texts back is, "Sorry, I'm gonna be a little bit. I'm actually in court right now." Never explained that. I don't know if it was jury or somebody was trying to get him.
Otherwise.
But anyways, I just left that as that. And then I was telling him what was going on. I was like, it's really loud. It's oscillating, blah, 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 blah. And the first thing he says after that is, the wheel bearing is bad. You need to stop driving that car immediately.
Right.
This happens as I'm on the highway to the LAX Zoo, or to the LA Zoo. We're going 70. And this guy's like, that, and he said like that wheel's compromised. It might fail and come off.
It might fall off now. It might fall
off now.
later.
It might fall off later. We don't know if it's the wheel bearing. It could happen. It might happen. It might not happen. We don't know. It's unsafe. Don't drive it. That's basically what he told me. So, and then he wanted me to get underneath the car and look for a couple things. And being that it's a Porsche, it didn't have a lift. It didn't have anything I could do to get underneath the car, check to lug nut pressure or anything.
It was missing its jack and stuff.
It didn't have a jack. They don't come with jacks. I checked it. They just have the run flat. They have a compressor that fills up the tire if it's flat. So it doesn't even have a spare tire.
Yeah.
So there's no reason to lift it up. It doesn't come with one. So I couldn't check the lug nuts. I couldn't check anything because I mean I'm just trying to troubleshoot at this point.
Right.
We were sitting with this car for probably an hour and a half that day trying to figure out. It's like working with this mechanic, calling the guy and being like...
Only an hour and a half?
Yeah, about 2 hours then. It wasn't super long this day.
I was going to say my my Z4 has you a little beat.
It does have me beat. It does have me beat. Mine was running, so it was working great.
Yours turned on. Yours
it
had a key.
It had a key.
What an amazing thing.
I know.
Physical key.
So eventually I just say, screw it. We're so close to LAX Zoo. I'm just going to drive there. We're going to go check out some animals, and I will deal with this later because I am so done with this car.
Right. Rightfully so.
Oh, this car, such a nightmare. Anyways, we do that. We drive home. Again, this noise is just constant. It's loud. And actually, we head to Santa Monica because this was the day that we were going to meet up with you guys. No, it wasn't. Sorry, it was the day before. Day before. So I go back to the hotel to decompress, and I'm still talking to this guy. He's telling me it's fine. At some point, the mechanic had a massive change of heart out of nowhere and said, "Oh no, the wheel is fine, the bearing is fine. It's probably just a weight." Complete 180. From what he was saying.
Which means he talked to the owner of the car.
I was thinking he probably got a hold of the guy and just like told him hey, just let him know it's fine.
Remember that thing I said?
Remember that thing I said?
Yeah, forget about it.
Forget about it. Forget about it. Didn't happen. So I'm like, whatever, fine. And then as I was walking around the car, trying to figure out what I could do to possibly lift it up, I noticed that the back two tires were the same brand. Again, wrong size, same brand. The front left tire was a different brand, and then the front right tire was a different brand from the front left. This car had 3 different types of tires on this car from various years, the oldest being 2015, the newest being 2018. The 3 different types of tires, and I know sizes are all supposed to be the same, but with tires, I can only imagine it's the same thing as a pair of pants. They're all going to be a little bit different.
Yep.
Based on the manufacturer.
Yep.
There's always going to be that little margin. So 3 different tires, all the wrong size, and 3 different types of tires on a Porsche that should have the right size tires and the same type of tires on every wheel.
They're also from different vintages too.
Yep, exactly. So this car was absolutely a sustainability car for this owner. Put minimal amount into it, obviously with the bearing, the tires. He said he had to put the tires on in a rush. They didn't have the right ones, so he threw on 3 different sets.
Just throw on whatever the fuck you have.
Whatever is good enough.
What's in the back?
What clears the wheel arches?
What clears? Will it roll? Send it.
Great. Fucking mint.
Yep, fucking mint. And so I found that out. I was just livid. And so we're just like, whatever. I'm done with this car. Let's drive it back and let's just walk downtown. Because the hotel I got was like 3 blocks away from downtown LA.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
Great.
I know what I'm doing, sort of.
You've done this before.
No, I haven't.
Oh, okay.
So when then the night's over, we don't touch the car. And the next day comes, and this is the day where we're just like, we're not using this car. I'm not driving it unless I absolutely have to.
Which you had to get up to Malibu.
Well,
so
I
that was
had
the
to get
only
up
thing.
to Malibu, so I had to drive the car a little bit. And at this point, we weren't for sure that the bearing was actually bad because I couldn't verify it in any way. The mechanic was busy. There was nothing I could do. So we drove. What did we do that day? We just we drove around. We went to.
You went out at the beach, didn't you?
We went to the beach. Before that, we went and like explored like Sunset Boulevard and
cool.
Hollywood Boulevard.
Nice.
You know, all like the where it's the stars and everything.
Touristy shit.
Touristy shit. Yeah. You know, getting there, parking the car, walking miles to avoid having to drive the car anywhere. We at this point we were just like we're stuck with it, so we just cranked the volume on the music whenever we were driving to try to drown it out. Didn't work, by the way. Just gave us worse headaches. And then we go to the beach, and then we drive up to Malibu to meet the gang.
Right.
And the beach is where everything started turning around, where the trip really started moving up because the car was less and less involved.
Until it wasn't involved.
Until it wasn't involved at all, which is coming
Right.
up here in just a second. So we get there, and we're there first. We meet up with,
Wesley?
Wesley.
Yep.
And we meet up with Wesley. We get there first.
Hello.
Hello?
Is that you, Mom?
Housekeeping?
So we get there early, and then Nico shows up, and then Gavin and co shows up.
Right.
And then it's officially a party.
Yep.
And then the first thing I do...
You're welcome.
You're welcome. And then the first thing I do is I take Justin, I'm just like, you know mechanic shit. And because I had told him about this thing. I was like,
Right.
this is a nightmare. And I'm just like, we got to go look at this. Like, tell me what the fuck
So-
is going on.
Yeah.
We go out there, and luckily, Icky Vicky had a jack.
Icky Vicky! Oh, Party Vic!
So we pulled the jack out. It was the left front was where the noise was coming from. We took it on a quick drive just up and down the block. And I still don't have a lug wrench that fits it, but I can at least check to see if there's any looseness or craziness. First thing I notice, wheel is same wheel, but definitely newer than the rest of them. So it looks like at some point somebody probably curbed it like a bitch on the front left. And the shock is blown. I can sit there and move it up and down with my hand. And there's a little bit of play, but I can sit there and spin the wheel, and you're hearing this nice just the whole time you're spinning around. Just the bearing is fucked.
Yep.
It's
bad.
completely destroyed.
Yeah.
So at that point, we lowered it back down, put everything back in the Vic, and that's when the fight with Turo began.
No, we hopped in the car and we took it. We moved, right? I drove you in it because after we did everything.
Oh,
Like,
yep,
you gotta
yeah.
experience this for a second.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
So we went and drove it, and we made it 300 feet before you're like, oh god, that bearing is screwed. Yeah, we didn't even get to 20 miles an hour, and just.
And even then, the car had other problems. Like when you
The transmission was so mad.
yeah, PDK was not happy.
We're on that was a 1 or the 101? That was a 1.
That was 101. Yeah.
That was 101. So we're on the 101.
101 is
Sorry,
the
no,
freeway.
no,
It's
sorry,
the
that's
one,
the
Highway
one.
1
That's the Highway
PCH.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, no, PCH. Right.
Yes.
Yeah,
I'm
that.
bad at
It's all good.
But so we're on the PCH at night on a curve where we can't see either direction. So we're in this thing, and I'm just like, well, I gotta get going quick because I don't know what the heck's gonna go. And so I put it in gear, and I like floor it to get going. Engine revs up to like 30 some odd, and then just the PDK kicks in and just
Drops
hits
that
super
fucking
hard. Back tires spin, car gets going, and I'm just like,
That's not right.
I've heard so many good things about the PDK. Was I lied to? And
Yes.
yes, and so that was the first thing. He was like, "That's not supposed to happen." And then we get driving, like I said, 20 miles an hour, and he's like, "Oh yeah, that bearing's toast. It's gone. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it because you've done a couple wheel
Yeah.
bearings, right? So
Oh,
you
yeah.
know what that sounds like. You know what it sounds like. I remember you saying it was weird that it didn't move much. like the wheel itself when we lifted it up.
There's just multiple different ways a bearing can fail. Mm-hmm. You know, if it has movement like that, that's one. But it can also just fail internally from lubrication dissipating and be all grindy.
Sure,
so it was an odd wheel bearing failure, but it was a wheel bearing failure nonetheless, and it was toast. So at that point, we called Turo support. Not the best at 1 a.m. Got a hold of a guy.
That's weird.
Yeah.
I would imagine some guy's happy to be at work at 1 in the morning accepting phone calls from angry customers.
Who knows what time zone this guy was in?
That's true.
True.
I don't know where Turo is, like, their support is based. Anyways,
Probably India.
we called Turo and we're like, hey, there's something wrong with this car. We need to return it. I want a refund. And this guy was like, you take it back tomorrow and we'll get you a $25 voucher. And I'm like, well, hold on. No. This car is unsafe. I want a full refund. Right. Like, what can you do? He's like, sir, take it back tomorrow and we'll try to get you a refund and we'll get you a $20, or was it $50? $25, $50, whatever. Not enough. $50 voucher the next time you're here. And that's all he said. Nothing, didn't help at all. I'm just like, my guy, I don't even know if I can drive it back. Can you, what? He's like, does it need to be towed? I'm like, I don't think so. He's like, okay, well then just take it back tomorrow. And take it back tomorrow, we'll get you your voucher. Until that point, there's nothing I can do. And at that point, it was just an argument going in circles. I wasn't getting anywhere, so we just hung up and we're like, all right, well, we're taking it in the morning. I text the guy, the owner, and I'm like, all right, yeah, this is a wheel bearing. I had another independent mechanic take a look at it. It's a wheel bearing. It's toast. We're bringing it back. This is not a safe car to drive. And I request the refund for the day, and I get it immediately. Thank goodness. And we take the car. We wake up at freaking 5 in the morning.
Yep.
So to take this car back, because it's just a nightmare. So I take it back, and then I try to call him again after I got the refund. And again, there's just like $50 voucher. That's all we can do. You know, you're driving around this potentially unsafe car, and we're not going to do anything about it. That's on the owner. That's between you guys. Figure it out. It just, after that, we tried to get another rental car. I'm only 24, so that did not go well. And ended up just giving up, hopping back in the Party Vic, driving back to Malibu from LAX, and then more shenanigans happened, but then it's not my story anymore.
We've already talked about the Z4.
Have you?
From that point, you've heard the Z4 and the Vic and all the other bits of the story.
You did get to drive the Slingshot.
I did get to drive the Slingshot. That was a lot of fun. Went up, what was that?
Las Flores.
That was stupid.
Yeah.
That was dumb. We went up in Las Flores in a Slingshot at night.
Yeah, that's a fucking experience.
Oh my gosh.
How are the headlights? How are the lights?
They sucked.
Okay.
The thing is, if Las Flores was straight, it would have been fine. But anybody who's been on Las Flores,
it ain't straight.
It's not straight at all.
It's pretty far from it.
And I'd say the headlight angle was probably like from left to right total, maybe 45 degrees.
Yikes.
It's bad.
There are
you
high
can't
beams.
see anything. The high beams were that. That was it.
Whoa.
Yeah, you couldn't see anything in the front, in the turns in front of you. Still sent it. Still, like, got the loose, like the back loose, like the works.
You just have to think about that, and it happens in that thing.
Yep, exactly. And it was actually a strategy I was using, because the headlights wouldn't turn that way, so I just turned the car that way.
Hell yeah.
Sir, I wasn't doing a drift. I was facing my headlights in the direction of my travel.
I wasn't drifting. I was just trying to see into the corner for safety. Get off my back and off the top of my Polaris. So,
did the girlfriend like it too?
Oh, she had a blast.
Good.
She loved that car. She wants to rent one, like, just normally. I don't know if she wants to get another one. Or we already have plans to train Polaris slingshots.
Going in an envoy?
Yeah.
An envoy of slingshots?
It would be, it was so much fun. That thing, even with traction control on, it gets loose so easy.
Yeah.
And it's so quick to accelerate. I was less than impressed with the handling.
Handling is interesting.
Also, the wheels were cold, so that did not help. But it felt that there's so much in the front that the front tires are trying to lug around, and it's just not that great of steering in the first place. And there's all that engine sitting up there and nothing behind it.
It is still rear wheel drive.
It is, but you got all that weight sitting right on the front axles.
Yeah.
And you got to lug that thing around with cold tires, especially when the back end just wants to flip you around.
I feel like if you drove it like in the daytime,
probably different.
like warmer, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought it was a unique experience and it was different.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And it did bring just a number of different experiences into one, like GTI front wheel drive, hot hatchiness, but you could also punch it and just snap the back end around like a Mustang.
Yeah,
it was similar.
It was a lot of fun. It was interesting. I love the kilometers per hour.
Oh yeah. God bless the Albanians.
God bless them. God bless.
God bless.
But so yeah, and then about a week later, the owner texts me and says, "Yes." Well, I'm paraphrasing here because I don't remember exactly, but he said, "I went and repaired the wheel bearing. I will not be taking it back to that Porsche again." Admitting that, the wheel bearing was screwed, and somebody who actually knew what they were talking about was able to realize that, and now he supposedly, I don't know, has it fixed, and he offered to get me a free day
nice.
in the Boxster if I'm around town, and I will do that and use that free day and promptly get a slingshot.
It would be nice if you, for the MULA 4, if you do kind of the same thing where you come like 2 or 3 days early and you just drive that for a day. Maybe if you want to pay for an extra day as well, get it for 2 days, and then go and rent a slingshot for the drive.
Or I could just get a Cayman.
Yeah.
You could get a Cayman
and just keep it the whole time.
Yeah, I mean, if he gives you a free day, it's a top-down Porsche.
It is a top-down Porsche.
Yeah.
I don't know. If my girlfriend's listening to this, she'll give me crap if I don't say this, but I really don't like convertibles. So
okay, that's fair.
It's heavy. A lot of extra weight to keep the structural integrity there. Since
that's understandable.
I don't know. Also, I think a lot of the like rental Camaros and Mustangs just look terrible as a convertible.
Oh well, yeah.
They look so bad. The Boxster pulls it off because
it's meant to be that.
It's meant to be that, and it's never up.
It's always down.
It's always down, all the time. So,
same with the Z4.
Same with the Z. That Z4.
Fucking
that freaking roof. That was.
I think that's what did it. I think it's because it didn't. Roof. I didn't have a physical key with me because thanks to the owner, and with the top being down is like I need a physical key here, and I'm like, yeah, I do too.
I do too. It's just like, oh.
Yeah,
whoops.
Massive oversight there.
So that was my first Porsche experience.
What a
gone wrong.
Great one.
Yeah, boy oh boy.
Not just gone wrong, just in general.
Just yeah. Oh, it was. Whew.
Well, so we need to get you in another one and have you experience that.
I was so mad at that car and the owner and just for letting that slide.
Yeah.
I don't know. Everybody has their own opinion on these kind of things, but if my car's making that noise, I'm not gonna go and have somebody pay to use it.
No, absolutely not.
I don't care if nothing's wrong with the car. I'm gonna figure out what that noise is and make it stop.
Well, that is. I mean, it's still something wrong with the car.
I'm gonna bet you, because this is a lot of Turo owners. He probably has multiple cars. He probably doesn't drive it himself.
Oh no, he's got 4 cars. He was like, when I was saying like, yeah, I'm done with this car.
He probably hadn't seen it in months.
Well, he drove it to the lot.
But like really.
But yeah, no, he hadn't really driven it. No, yeah. But he was trying to be like figure out if I could use another one of his cars. He offered the M3, and that fell through. And no, it wasn't an M3. It was a 3 Series, and I didn't want to drive a 3 Series. Like that's not what I was going for.
No,
that's the like polar opposite of a Boxster.
Yes.
So yeah, yeah, let's. So I didn't want to do that, and so he had 4 cars. He uses 4 cars.
Well, who knows the condition of that 3 Series?
No, the funny thing, and this isn't the owner's fault. This is absolutely the renter's fault. But when the car came back, the M3, because it was supposed to come back.
You mean the 3 Series?
Whatever, 3 Series. Oh yeah, there's a difference.
There is a difference.
There's
There
a
is
big
a
difference.
There's a big difference. So when the 3 Series came back, he was like, "Yeah, I can't give you the 3 Series because they hotboxed the shit out of this car."
Like, you're just
By
going
my
to get
proxy.
high sitting in
Yeah,
it.
yeah, just like, I know you fly planes and stuff, so I just can't do it. Cannot do it.
You're like, I appreciate that.
Yeah, I was just like, well, I'm SOL now. He was reaching out to his Turo friends to see if they had anything available.
No one had anything?
Nobody had anything. Nothing.
That's the
even-
thing that sucks about, like, last-second Turo rentals.
Yeah, I mean, anything day before, there's nothing there. You know, you
Tell me about
have to. Yeah, exactly. Or day of is even worse.
Day of is worse.
Yeah, like you have to get Turo months in advance.
Or weeks.
Weeks
but,
in
yeah.
advance. Months in advance, preferably, because no one's going that far ahead.
Right.
But weeks in advance, like at a minimum.
If
like
you want to get
2 or
anything
3
good.
Yeah, 2 or 3 weeks in
If
advance.
you want your
otherwise-
pick, if you want your choice.
Yeah, otherwise there's not going to be anything.
Otherwise, you get the $20 beater Vic.
$20 beater Vic.
Granted, you also did choose that weeks in advance.
I did choose about a couple weeks in advance, but I wonder if anybody would have chosen at that point.
Big
either.
doubt.
Yeah.
Big
I don't
fucking
know.
doubt.
He actually said that he keeps it rented out really regularly, just because it's so cheap.
Yeah, dude. It's
I'm sure he probably
cheap,
makes damn
car.
good money on that.
Damn.
I bet you he does. But so yeah, that was my Porsche experience or Porsche Turo experience.
I'm sorry about that. I really
Yeah,
am.
you'll have a better
as
one.
a Porsche fan,
Yeah,
and someone who wants to spread the gospel.
I mean, shit happens.
It's unfortunate.
The thing is, though, and I'm sure you guys talked about this in another podcast since you talked about the Z4. How fucking awesome was the rest of it?
It was amazing. We had Chris here when we were kind of doing an MULA 3 debrief,
Yeah,
and everything else was fantastic. The
Yeah.
house was amazing.
the house was bitchin'.
The food that we had, I mean, Justin and Chris and I, the entire trip, all of the food was incredible.
Including the $75 McDonald's run.
the 10 pounds of McDonald's. Oh,
Yes.
I just
And
loved
honestly,
it.
I couldn't have chosen a better time to break that Shelby Museum shot glass in
Oh yeah.
than with everyone
Yes.
at the house at MULA.
Yes.
That was perfect.
That
That was honestly the highlight.
Really, that Saturday night was the highlight.
yeah.
Everybody
Saturday night was
there.
a really great highlight, and
Chillin'.
then Sunday morning for those of us that didn't have to wake up at 3 or 4 in the morning.
Bastards.
Yeah. Well, and this guy.
I know, and that guy too.
Yeah.
Yeah, not me. Yeah, I was,
But for
I was-
Wes
I was
and
outta
Nico
here.
and Gavin, it was great.
I was just surprised when I got back and you guys were still there because you slept in even though you were initially planning on going on a drive.
I know. I wanted to get one last. Well, I ended up getting a Los Flores and Payuma run in
Yeah.
later.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I had to try to get on a flight home
It's understandable.
because I never know if that stuff's going to work. And then the funny thing, getting down there was a nightmare. First class the whole way back.
No shit.
First class right next to each other the entire way back.
Oh, that's the best.
It was beautiful.
Yes.
We got breakfast sandwiches and drinks for free, and on the Alaska flight up there, and then we took the Horizon flight back home, and
Was that first class too?
yeah,
Fuck yeah,
both
dude.
flights were first class right next to each other.
Hell yeah.
Oh, it was amazing.
See, the world just wanted to show you that you can start in the shitter and end up in the
Yeah,
hitter.
just like, yep.
The world just wanted to give you some perspective for a second.
Yeah, just like, here's how bad these can go. And here's how well it can end.
Yes, exactly.
So,
That's a little happy ending.
no, like, seriously, the car was a nightmare, but
the trip was still
the
good.
trip was still great.
You still got to hang out in, Southern California on the beach with your girlfriend.
Yeah, still got to,
Walk
do
around
a lot
LA.
of cool things, adventure in LA.
Probably shit that you wouldn't have necessarily done had the car.
If the
gone
car
right.
was working properly, probably would have done
More drives.
more drives. But
Because
we
you
would've-
had the mileage to do it.
oh my gosh, I had 800 miles, Turo miles for that car.
Yeah.
I used 170.
Fuck, dude.
Yeah, it was terrible.
Damn.
But yeah, we probably would have gone more places, but like, I don't know. Now it's like a memory we're definitely not going to forget,
Yeah.
That's true.
It's like
wish
yes, we might wish we could at some point, but like at this point, it already happened. Like
Yeah.
now it's just a really good memory. I mean, I was stressed the fucking whole time, but
Yeah.
it was great. It was great. You know, like going to the beach, checking out the Griffith Observatory, seeing the Hollywood sign, like again,
Yeah.
touristy shit
Sure.
that I'd never done before and that she'd never done before, and that was like the whole point of the trip.
It's
And
okay to do touristy shit sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes, not all the time,
Right.
but sometimes.
Especially when you're from a tourist town.
Exactly, yeah. So, no, and then when we all met up and she got along with everyone. And
Oh, no, she was great.
Yeah, she's a bro.
Total bro.
She's a bro. It's
Yeah.
great. It just really, just a great trip. I'm excited for next year. I'm super excited for next year.
I found a slingshot that I really, really, really want to rent now.
Yeah?
Yeah, unlimited miles.
What?
I might have just blown up my spot, but yeah, it's unlimited miles.
How much is it?
Not as much as you think it should be.
That's
Just
awesome.
wait, it's going to have 2 screw ball bearings.
Yeah. Both of just like, oh yeah, this thing's fucked.
Yeah.
There's no,
It
like,
might be fucked.
unlimited miles if you can make it.
Yeah. You can make it to your destination.
Yeah. I don't know what I'm going to get next year. I mean, obviously we got the slingshot plan, but
There's the slingshot plan.
the thing is, like, if
I
there's
think you should
any-
have I think you should have a positive experience with the top-down Porsche.
Yeah. I mean, I could just text that guy.
You
know,
should.
get a day or two
I think you should.
for the price of 1 or 0.
Or you could try and negotiate this year.
Yeah. I'm just like, all right, dude.
I mean, we could play a game here. We could play a game for Friday's episode. We're still on Tuesday's episode.
Yes. But we're over an hour at this point.
We are over an hour at this point.
Yep.
We'll let you people think and mull on this until Friday when we do our little, what is it, Fantasy Friday?
Yeah.
What's
Dreamy
your-
Friday.
Dreamy Friday, that's
Dreamy
what it was.
Fridays.
In the chat, what should we get for MULA 4?
Yeah. What should we get?
In the chat.
No,
Not F's in the chat.
No F's.
No F's in the chat. You can have F's, just also suggestions.
Also, exactly. We will talk to you, or we'll talk at you people. And yes, you people.
You what? Hey!
Hey,
What?
What in the goddamn fuck?
What in the goddamn? What the pray tell fuck do you mean, you people?
that's what it was.
That's what you said before.
This is harkening back to a message stream we had.
Oh
yes.
my god!
What in the pray tell fuck? That was beautiful. What in the cinnamon toast fuck?
Those fuck do you mean, you people? What the HE double fuck do you mean, you people?
It's always a pleasure, Andrew. Honestly.
Oh my gosh, it's great being here.
Yeah, but everyone, y'all will hear from us on Wednesday. But until next time, I've been Gavin,
I've been Justin.
I've been Andrew,
that black kid,
that black kid.
Yep.
and this has been the Expedition to Speed podcast. Goodbye.
Bye.